We're going to be chopping this up into some YouTube videos as well, because I want to, actually get that happening. We are playing a very modded version of Stardew Valley. Each day should take around half an hour-ish, they usually do. The big mods involved are the UI info mod, which, give me just a moment here, we're going to turn something off. I don't remember what it was I wanted to turn off, though. I can't find it. I don't even remember. Oh well, whatever. We've also got longevity. What this does is, beyond adding a whole bunch of new crops, which you can see on the seeds list, there's just lots and lots of extras. It also makes it so that the more of a thing you sell, the more it's not worth as much. Profits from farming in general are reduced across the board, and things get a seasonal boost. We're in spring right now, so things like, well, here, what's a seasonal forage, a winter thing, right? Snow yams are currently getting a big bonus for it just being not winter. And that's going to apply all over the place. Fall crops right now in the spring should also be getting a bonus. But otherwise, it should just make it a little less simple to suddenly be like the farming magnate. We're using a modded map called Omni Farm, which gives us a huge area to work with and the features of all of the various farms. Because who cares about balance? We're already making things more difficult. We're also using a mod called Hunger. With Hunger, every moment that you are outside of your farmhouse, your energy, your stamina, is draining just for existing, and that drain increases when you're running around. See there, it just ticked from 255 to 250 or 256 to 255 just because I'm moving. There it goes down to 254. However, you can rest inside to slowly regain energy. The big deal here is it's going to force us to care more about cooking and energy restorative foods and such. And we've got a cooking skill mod that will also make that portion of things more fun and interesting, I believe. And then we've got some like cosmetic stuff that should make the NPCs change clothes during various systems, some quality of life UI stuff like the UI info mod lets us access the calendar and the billboard from anywhere. Basically getting the same benefit that you would get if you just screenshotted those every time you visited once a day. So, I mean, that's one of those things that, like, it's just having the game remember something for you. There is one particularly cheaty component of the Omni farm, well, besides the fact that it's a ginormous farm that we've got all of the room in the world for everything on, and we have, like, foraging and mine area, and we can fish in the river, and basically we get all the benefits of all of the special farms. The one big cheaty thing is there is a way to warp to the desert shop from day one, which was left in by the author. It was a debug thing. They accidentally left it in and then decided just not to remove it. It's on your own head if you want to use it. We're not going to be using that. That is above and beyond. That's cheating, in my opinion. Have I mentioned how much I despise the keyboard and mouse controls for this game and far prefer controller when it comes to walking around and doing things? But the mouse is really useful for, like, the menu, specifically. It's weird. Like, there's portions of the game that are best controlled by mouse. There's portions of the game that are best controlled by keyboard. There are portions of the game that are best controlled by controller. Especially the fishing. I like fishing by controller. There. Got those first seeds planted. Scythe I want to keep. Hoe I want to keep. We can put the pickaxe away. Time to go. Oh, yeah. And we also have, there we go. Grandpa would have wanted me to give you his old harp. Maybe you can play for him from time to time. I didn't get to play it much since you left. Love, Dad. Wrote the notes of your favorite birthday tune on the back. We get the Harp of Yoba, as well as the Birthday Sonata to go with it. And this will give us a handful of magical tunes that we can play. So we're going to go out the south entrance just so that I can show you guys how massive this farm is. It's really, really big. I think that there's a couple of ways to move through it a bit quicker. And there is a minecart entrance right on the farm, right next to where you wake up in the morning. But basically, we will never run out of room on the farm. Oh, that's the other one of the other mods we have. Part of the community. By talking to Jazz, I also gain a tiny bit of reputation with her family members. Remember, right, are Sebastian and Marnie? And we get some benefits for increasing our relationship with the shopkeepers in terms of increased sell prices and decreased buy prices. All percentile modifiers, so they stack just fine. We've got extended minecarts, giving us a minecart by the wizard, and actually, I believe a minecart on every single map, for that matter. Making unlocking minecarts a even higher than normal priority for convenience and getting things done. We're going to do a quick foraging run of these areas. Ugh. Endurance is getting low. And then head back to the farm with some potato seeds, I think? I think we get, like, we don't need to get them planted until, like, day 3, right? If we want to sell them before the Spring Festival. Though I imagine potatoes have been significantly nerfed. Basically, we're just going to have to try to, like, the best practices that we've learned in the past no longer apply. But we're going to have to try to have, like, a varied set of things that we're selling. Thanks to an update in, I think, vanilla Stardew... Oh yeah, and we've got slime animals because they're adorable. Thanks to an update, and I think it was vanilla Stardew Valley, we have, we don't need to be at Pierre's before 4. He doesn't start, fixing the shelves until it's actually closing time. But yeah, people actually, like, talk to each other about you existing, and if they see you going around making friends with people, then they'll like you even more. Which makes bar night even more important. Is that a chance cube below your wallet? Oh, it's just a display of how lucky I am today. Rather than needing to, check the TV every morning. Because that's another one of those, this piece of information is available to you and you are probably going to walk by it anyway. Why not just make it so that we can see it? Yes, someone new moved on to the old farm. And then, what's the other big one? It's an info mod that lets me mouse over something in my inventory and hit F1 and get a bunch of details on it. So I can see, like, oh, spring onions. I can give one of these to Leia. They don't sell for a lot. So I might as well hand one over, since we're passing by, as a gift. Because it's a liked gift. Oh yeah, and it changes the getting started quest to only needing to... well, that's the how to win friends quest. Introduction, you only need to introduce yourself to one person, and then you get the 100 gold for giving the first gift. Simple, simple stuff. Alright, so, we were gonna go with harvest price. Interesting, that actually lists that. Cool. I wonder if that's accurate with, longevity, though. Base price, influencers for, well, not seeds, I wanted the vegetables, parsnips. Final price 32. Random influencer for the day is -3. If I look at parsnips, harvest price 32. Yes! It's actually, like, because that, I think that harvest price is coming from a different mod? I'm not certain. Anyway, it just, everything works great. And yeah, as you can see, lots of extras available for the buying. Catalog for getting your wallpapers and floors at home. Only 30 grand. But what we need right now is to try to get our hands on some strawberries for this first spring. Pink cat seeds. 6 days. So let's take a look at our calendar. The Egg Festival, that's where we buy them, is on the 13th. So we need to sell on the 12th, so we have 11 days. Parsnips take 4 days, so we can get 2 crops worth of those. Bean starters takes 10 days to mature, but keeps producing after that. The first harvest is actually a loss of these. Yields multiple beans per harvest. There you go. It's maybe not a loss. The bean trellises are an option. Cauliflowers are expensive. Takes 12 days to produce, so we cannot get cauliflower before 13th. 6 days to mature and has a chance of yielding multiple potatoes at harvest. Oh, if you don't get the extra though, it's a loss. $11 days. Yeesh. So these would be ready on the 7th, and then the 13th we wouldn't get any. Okay. Plant in spring, 6 days. Barely a profit. And we can buy kale already. Barely a profit. Barely, like, most of these have tiny or negligible profit. Canary melon takes 11 days to produce. That better produce multiples. It's, the harvest price is that low. Oh yeah, I can grow pineapples? Weird. Cucumber, rice, harvest price 3. Wow. Harvest price, it's only... So, we're gonna have a lot of trouble coming up with anything in the way of money. Parsnips are actually the a per seed pretty great investment, but we also don't want to have to deal with like 77 parsnips right away, right? Well, let's get some beans, huh? Yes, jungled. So, how about... We've got 15 parsnips for free that are already growing. 25 crops sounds like a good place to start. Whoops. That was more than I wanted. I didn't want to sell those. Left-click sells the entire stack. Well, there goes my initial profits. I think that I sell off the horseradish and the dandelion to get another bean starter. Whoops. Oh, hey, I should talk to you. See? Those little extra happy faces? It's because they saw me talking with that person there. I wasn't actually paying attention to who that was. Because I'm a terrible neighbor. Ooh, leek. And a dandelion. By the way, stream chat, I'm counting on you to point out worms. I'm terrible at spotting them. And to let me know if important information is getting covered up. Hey, there we go. First level, yay! Foraging, level up. Starting tomorrow, we should be able to find and make the, well, find seeds and make the stream, not the stream stuff, the thing that does the thing. Oh, we could also see that we need to add these to the spring foraging pack still. Cost for one, cost for stack, and likely profit. I like it. As your farming skill goes up, your amount that you can earn also goes up quickly. Alright, let's go ahead and put beans like this. Let's rest a little while, and then put the beans. You can see it goes up quite quickly. Weather tomorrow, clear and sunny all day. Out. And yeah, this just tells us what the fortune teller would tell us, and gives a number to it, because I believe it actually does go to 6. I don't know if that changes. I actually haven't played past the first day. But yeah, needing to, like, stop and rest for long periods of time definitely means I want that kitchen and the ability to start making lots of tasty foods. So I'm incent. Also, there's another thing that I haven't mentioned about the longevity mod. I thought I had it set to... Maybe I have to always show tool hit location. There we go. There. Now I've got my 5 beans that I can plant. Taxes. Taxes come at the first of every month, and they're based on your amount of buildings, as well as your water taxes based on sprinklers, electric taxes based on your lights. So I need an extra 750 at the end of the month just to pay the tax guy. Which is a concept that is in the Harvest Moon games that wasn't in Stardew, and a lot of people miss it. Should have just gone as parsnip heavy as I possibly could for the first day, huh? That's certainly an option. Oh well, this will leave me more energy for chopping trees and getting myself to that 300 wood for the beach bridge. And yes, chopping stumps doesn't give experience. Inside before we exhaust ourselves completely. Have a brief rest and a bit of real-world coffee. Wood paths actually do increase your movement thanks to faster paths. So we definitely want to start getting some of those made, but not for a while yet. Gravel paths also work. And the fancier the path you use, the more your movement speed is increased. Yeah, this hunger mod is definitely a double-edged sword. In that I would not be able to do nearly as much tree cutting as I'm doing day one without it. But it also makes walking away from the farm that much more dangerous. Because if I'm running around with very low endurance, then I'm very likely to end up hitting 0. Because of the constant way it ticks down. And it takes about an hour of just hanging out for it to get up there. Plus, after a certain time of night, the drain goes up. As we get a higher level farm, I believe that both the rate of restoration and the rate of drain go up. So as we improve our farm building... Oh, right. Also, you know, we've got to deal with monsters on the farm. Which will get worse as time goes on. You definitely don't want to go mining with the hunger mod unless you have food to sustain yourself. And forget this. We'll go chop logs somewhere else. Or, actually, it's about midnight. It's sleepy time. And so ends day 1 of our new playthrough of Stardew Valley. Ah. Toasty. The boarded up window is just silly. I like it, but it's silly. Good night, world. Yep, now we can get our seeds, we can make wild seeds, and we can make field snacks. Cool.